Hi yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome to my yoga time. Today for your yoga snack, we'll be focusing on the quads, the hip flexors and the psoas muscle. So when you're ready, come down onto your back. Now I will be using 2 blocks in this practice. And once you've come down onto your back, knees are bent, just allow the left knee to fall out to the side. And see if you can wiggle that left foot a little further to the right so that it's in between the right buttock and heel. Now if this left hip needs support, you can always place a block underneath or a rolled up towel if you don't have a block. Option 1, staying here, maybe using your right hand to hold onto the left foot, or if it feels okay for your body, taking a hold of your right leg. And just closing the eyes down, relaxing the forehead. Begin to breathe down into the left hip flexor. Try to relax your low back. As you inhale, allow the navel to rise. A moment to pause to hold the breath before each and every exhalation. Let's take 3 more breaths here. See if you can witness all 3 breaths. With your 3rd exhalation, one final squeeze in with that right knee and then release. Unraveling your left leg and straightening the leg. Coming into reclined pigeon, left ankle to the right knee, arms out to your side, little bend in the elbows. Feel free to stay here, otherwise if it feels okay for your hips, raise the right leg. Little squeeze behind the left knee, little downward pressure through your tailbone, allowing the middle part of your back to arch. Keeping the jaw relaxed. So we will be focusing on both lengthening and strengthening the hip flexors. This is one of our strengthening exercises. As you exhale, lower right foot down. Maintaining the shape in the legs now, simply bring your legs over to the right. Sole of the left foot is on the floor. If not, if it doesn't quite reach, you could always place a block underneath. Right hand to press left thigh away, or holding onto the ankle if you can reach. One more spacious breath into the outer left hip. From here, roll onto your right side. Just allow the left knee to relax on the floor. Prop your head up with your hands. Awareness coming to the right leg now. Rotate the leg so the heel points up and the front of the thigh faces down. Take that leg back as far as you can and then bend the knee, taking a hold of the foot. So you need to use a little bit of core work here. We need to engage our core to effectively stretch our quads. They're quite big, strong muscles. So trying to tuck the tailbone under here and drawing in your bottom ribs. Feel the lower belly firm. And then breathe down the right side of the body. One more breath. As you exhale, releasing the right foot, rolling onto your back once again. And coming to the other side now, keep left knee bent, right knee falls out to the side. Heel toe this right foot a little closer to the left. Option to hold onto that foot if you can reach it. Option 2, take a hold of your left leg. Once again, breathing down into that right hip flexor. Where attention goes, energy flows. One more breath. A little squeeze in with that left leg if you can. And exhale to release. Straighten the right leg now. Bending your elbows, cactus arms, coming into reclined pigeon. Option to raise the left leg. Two more breaths into the outer right hip. Exhale to lower down, bringing that right foot over to the left. Option to press the thigh away or hold onto the ankle. Again, feel free to place a block under the foot if it doesn't meet the floor comfortably. Breathing into the outer hip, the outer leg. From here, roll onto your left side. Use your arm as a pillow. Allow the right knee to rest on the floor. Of course, you could place your block underneath if you needed a little extra support. Taking left leg behind you, rotating that leg. When you're ready, bend the knee, take a hold of the foot. Begin to tuck your tailbone under. Feel the lower belly firm. Keeping the jaw relaxed and the breath deep. Inhale and exhale, release, rolling onto your back. Drawing knees into the chest, begin to rock forwards and backwards along the spine. So as a part of our strengthening work for those hip flexors, let's catch ourselves in the boat pose, Savasana, spine on a 45-degree angle. Feel free to let go of those legs. If you need to lighten, just one foot at a time. Drawing shoulders down. Inhale and crossing the legs as you exhale, rolling over, hands and knees. Let's recruit our blocks now. Have them both at the top of the mat, high side. Then positioning your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Curling those toes under. As you inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale to raise. Exhale to round. Here is option 1. Option 2, lifting up into a 3-legged dog. Exhaling, knee to nose. And this time, stepping right foot all the way through between the hands. Let's reach for our blocks now. Hands underneath the shoulders. Make sure those blocks are as high as they can go. Gently allow those hips to sink down and just for a moment press those feet away from one another. Inhale to look up. And as you exhale, taking those hips back. Back heel will stay lifted. Feel free to bend that front knee as much as you need to. And let's lower down. Now before we push back into our forward fold, from here, squeeze the feet towards one another. Allow the upper back to round. Breathe into the left hip flexor. And release, hips back, well done. Keep moving with your breath. Briefly squeeze the feet together, round the upper back. And press back. Well done. From here, you can walk your blocks forward, coming into warrior 3 legs. Rounding outer hip down, tucking tailbone under. Feel free to keep the hands on the blocks, or for a little more of a challenge, hands to prayer. Press the palms together, firm the shoulder blades along the spine. Inhale and exhale, lower left foot down. Let's bring those arms up. Bending in your back leg, tucking tailbone under, Right hand takes a hold of the left wrist, lift up and lean over, look past your right hip. Well done. Back to center and forward fold. Take a three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Option 1, hips stay square. Option 2, lift the right hip, bend the right knee. Look under your armpit. So you're flexing the foot here, and so you're trying to kick something away. Take one last spacious breath into that right hip flexor. And then straightening the legs, squaring the hips, lower right foot down, and return knees to the mat. Let's go other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to forehead. Option to stay as you are, or take it back into a three-legged dog. Knee to nose. Stepping through this time into your high lunge, recruiting your blocks once again. Gently press those feet away from one another as you drop the hips, open the heart. Then before we push back, squeeze the feet towards one another, round the upper back. And take those hips back. Bending in that left knee once again, feet press away, open the heart. Squeeze the feet in, round the upper back. Take those hips back. One more. And stepping forward now into your warrior 3. Take as many baby steps in as you might need to with that back leg. Feel free to use the blocks for support or hands to prayer. Well done. Lower right foot down, high lunge. Bend that back knee, tuck the tailbone. Left hand takes the right wrist, lifting up, leaning over. And return to center, lower hands down. Step it back into your three-legged dog. Option to stay there, of course, or if it feels okay for your hips, bend the knee, look under your armpit. And release, straightening the leg, lower knees down to the mat. So bringing your blocks a little bit closer now. A couple of choices here, depending on what's happening with your knees and your quads. So we will be reclining into a back bend. So with your blocks, we'll have them positioned, one in between the shoulder blades, one under the head, or we'll take them to the second height. Now option 1, if you do have concerns with your knees, you'll have your feet together for butterfly pose and you'll simply recline from here. If you find in this position those knees need a little extra support, you could always use rolled up towels underneath. Option 2, coming into our hero pose, Virasana. So coming up high, kneeling, having those knees directly under the hips. As you start to sit back, try to squeeze the knees. Imagine you're squeezing your fingers behind, in between your calves and thighs. As you lower down, use your thumbs to move your calf muscles to the side. Now, if you can't sit comfortably in between the feet, which many people can't, then place the block underneath your bottom. So you won't recline, you'll just stay here. And you might even need to lift up a little higher. So you're still going to experience that nice lengthening in the thighs, even if you don't recline. If you are reclining, taking your hands either side, push down through the tops of the feet, lift the hips and try and tuck the tailbone under, and then slowly lower down the blocks. Should be there to meet you. If you're feeling any sort of jamming or pressure in the low back, come out and stay upright. You might choose to keep the arms by your side, palms facing up. Hands can rest on the feet. Or if it's okay for your shoulders, you could take the arms above the head, holding onto opposite elbows with the hands. So most of us do experience tight quads, quite a large, strong muscle that is often shortened if we're sitting for too long, or maybe due to other exercises that we're doing, riding, squats, things like that. When these muscles become overly tight, they start to pull on the back and the pelvic bowl. And when that happens, it can cause back pain. And if our thighs, if our quads are quite tight, we are unable to target the psoas muscle, which sits in behind the bowels. So this is a lovely pose to not only lengthen the quads, the hip flexors, but also targeting the psoas muscle. 3 more breaths here. And if you're in your butterfly pose, bring those knees together. If you're in your hero pose, palms turning down, let's all tuck in our chin, push ourselves up to seated. From hero, you might like to step those hands forward, lift those hips up into your downward dog, just to bring a nice counter stretch into the backs of the knees. When you're ready, lower those knees back down to the mat, moving those feet to the side, and we'll recline onto your back. Once you've come down onto your back, feel free to take the knees in the hands, gently drawing those thighs in closer to the chest as you bend the elbows. As you inhale, straightening the arms. Exhale to bend. Lower those feet down to the floor. Taking a very brief twist, option to cross right leg over the left. Allow those knees to come down to the left as you turn your head to the right. 3 breaths. Inhaling, knees back to center, changing sides. Take the breath into the lower back. Inhale to center. Moving into Shavasana, allowing the legs to straighten, arms by your side, eyes closing down. Palms to face the ceiling as you tuck your shoulders under. Relaxing the forehead, and letting the eyes roll back. Just noticing how you're feeling. Through the navel area, the hip flexors, and the quads. And take as long as you need to, yogis. I hope you enjoyed the class. If so, please subscribe to my channel. Have a lovely day. Namaste.